You already know we love a man who can make us laugh, make us think, and make us feel something. And Roy Wood Jr. does all three. He's a brilliant stand-up satirist and storyteller, and now an author pulling back the curtain on fatherhood, healing, and legacy in his powerful new memoir, The Man of Many Fathers. From The Daily Show to CNN's Have I Got News for You, from prank calls to punchlines, Roy's career is as rich and real as the stories he tells. Let's get into it, because, baby, this is Keke Palmer. As the nights get cooler and the leaves start to change, I'm partnering with Airbnb to help you find your perfect autumn escape. From mountain cabins to charming cottages with fireplaces, Airbnb's got you covered. Now, let's get into it. Man, what's up, Roy?
How you been, old friend?
Last time I seen you, we was doing a game of password.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute.
Helping that black woman get the money.
Did you win?
Yeah. And I
sure
felt
did.
good because I was on Pyramid and my contestant lost like by one question. You know them people be mad at us for real? Like if you don't help them win the money, they be like legit, like, come on, Roy Wood. Right? I mean, I don't know nothing about ferns.
But you can only imagine, man, that for them, it's like $20,000 is on the line.
I get it, but it ain't my fault. I don't know nothing about ferns. The category was plants. My bad.
Hilarious. Well,
My
Roy
bad.
Wood Jr.'s, I'm so happy
Thank
to
you for
have
having
you
me,
on the
friend.
show. It's good to see you every time. You're always
Good to
making
see
us
you.
laugh. But before we get into our conversation, I got to do the pre-show pull-up. We do this questionnaire with all our guests.
Uh-oh.
To see kind of, what your vibe is, what you coming in here with today.
Who you are, what you is.
So today I'm giving, you said, focus with the side of intensity. I love that. That feels
Yeah.
like some good energy for us to take into this conversation today. Break
Yeah.
that down for me. What's the intensity and what's the focus?
Every move that I'm making now professionally has to have a longer strategy attached to it. I dealt with, kind of still dealing with, I say yes to everything. And I think one of my biggest faults and assets is that I'm too nice to people. And so that's how you get caught up working on stuff it's a time suck. So I've done a lot of time suck activities. So I'm trying to cut that out, trim the fat. I'm blessed to be coming back with CNN this fall.
Yes, congratulations,
to do
man.
the show. But it ain't a lot. Like, I left Daily Show 3 years ago. Ain't been but 2 new political kind of shows, Us and After Midnight done. So I'm blessed. So everything matters now because, I hate to start doom and gloom, but
Yeah, no, but this is real. And I wanted to talk to you about this stuff anyway.
This industry, entertainment as a whole, is about to get far more competitive than what it's ever been. Like when you're talking about half the amount of writers are working as were before COVID because they make less script. So I have to tell you,
It's so
every
true,
single choice I make every day has to be bettering me because ultimately all of this is just about feeding the boy.
Yeah, good old
I know it
baby
sound
boy
crazy.
Henry.
So anything that I'm doing with you, if we're doing something together and you BSing me, you are messing with my ability to feed my family.
Yeah, and I love what you said about the time. I think a lot of times we don't realize that is actually the currency. The most valuable thing we have is time. So everything you say yes to, whatever you decide you spend your time on, if it isn't going to materialize into something that you feel is worth it, then you've just wasted a lot of valuable time.
But the problem is that when you come from hearing no so many times in your career to being at a point where people trust you to come to ask you to be a part. Nobody was coming at me 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And now you have an opportunity to do all these other things and help all these other people. And every now and then you have to take a moment and help yourself. So every single thing that I'm doing right now is just it's selfishly about me right now.
I love it. Focused intensity.
Yeah. As the great Juvenile once said, I can't please everybody, but I love my folks. If I give you everything, baby, I'ma be broke.
Okay, because you're going to be MC Hammer broke. Remember that in White Chicks? How broke? Martha Stewart broke or MC Hammer broke? MC Hammer broke. Okay, today's mood in one word, lasers. I feel that it's right into the focus and the intensity.
Yeah.
What did you listen to on the right here? Now, this I love. Jeezy with orchestra. There's nothing better than hip-hop with orchestra, man. It does something to me, too.
That, like, how you find two things that you didn't think, like apples and cheese, you're like, oh, this go good together.
Apples and cheese is good.
I didn't know that sriracha should be on that like rap music with orchestras. Also, it's the perfect way because none of these old rappers can move no more. And when you got an orchestra, you ain't really got to get into it. You just side to side bob with it, two-step. Jeezy's TM101. I forget the name of the orchestra, and I want to give them a shout out. I'll pull it in a second, but
they nailed it.
They nailed it. It was a great.
The first time that I got
album.
into it was with Migos. They did something with the Rest in Peace take. They did a orchestra, and I was like, I never knew this would be dope. So now I got to check out Jeezy. He's dope too.
Yeah.
Okay, last screenshot on your phone. No deleting. Show me.
So.
What we about to get into? What kind of stuff you got up in there, Roy?
It ain't nothing too freaky.
Just a little bit, though. Not too freaky, just a little bit.
So minus the 2 videos of me just walking on studio right there. That's a screenshot of the home of the young brother, Raja Karoof, who's a black driver in the Winston Cup. He's not on the Winston Cup level yet. It's like whatever that level is right before, but he's coming. Like whatever Lewis Hamilton is in Formula One, I really believe Raja Karoof has an opportunity to be that.
Wow.
I went and saw him race with my son, because my thing with my son also, let me show you black people doing stuff in
all different corners.
In a lot of different corners. And so we've become fans of Raja, and he won a race recently, and so he's like showing trophies and stuff in his house.
Shout out to Raja Karoof. I love that shout out.
Text it to my son. Like, let me tell you what's gonna blow your mind with your child when the time comes. Texting with your child. It is the weirdest thing.
No. It's so funny that you're saying this because
9-year-old.
Last night, my sister goes on a date. She got 3 kids. She was married for 10 years. Her and her husband ended up getting a divorce. We lived together, and she went on a date. This is like the first time in a long time. Okay. My niece, Allie, she's about 8 years old. She started texting my sister, "How's your date going?" Angry emoji. "Where are you? I'm worried about you." And then she there with me and my brother. You know, we're there, having her there. And all of a sudden, they're like, "Call her. Call my mom. Call my mom." My brother's like, "I can't call her, man. She on her date." Start punching the air. I'm like, "Are you okay?" All because her mom ain't answering her text back.
Oh, she's gonna be a problem.
She's a problem. So how's Henry on text? Is he calling you, FaceTiming you?
My son he will send me a picture. So the thing we do, because I travel, so, similar to that, I'm in a co-parenting situation. So the weeks that I don't have him, we swap a text or 2. Hey, here's something cool I saw. So if I'm traveling, the deal is I will show you something interesting from my travels.
Yes.
And then he will show me something. So he got a drone. And he figured out how to make the drone do flips. I don't know nothing about this type of technology. And he sent me a video, and if I don't reply in 5 minutes, I'm getting a call.
Yes.
You ain't see the video? Hey, man, this ain't FaceTime. This is text. That means I might reply in 2 months.
I'm howling. 2 months is crazy. You gotta be okay with that.
Just because you my son don't mean you ain't talking about nothing. Like, I treat my son the same way any other text. You go pertinent, non-pertinent. I get back to that one. Right swipe.
Get back to you later,
save as unread, so I won't forget it. But I get back to you. Yeah, but I love him.
I'll be so happy if my son texts me, man. That sounds the coolest thing ever. I can't wait till his little fingers get to going.
Okay, not when he start blocking when you on a date. Then it ain't gonna be funny then.
Okay, your zodiac sign. So you don't know your big 3, but you're a Sag sun. Yeah. You're a Sagittarius. All the Sagittarius I know are hilarious. And I mean, obviously that's true with you. Yeah. You literally make a living being hilarious.
Adventurous, kind of life of the party, supposedly. Hate being held down, though.
Yes! I'm a free bird.
The personality part of that, I agree with. But when you start getting into moons and Mercuries and retrograde, I don't know none of that. Don't talk to me about none of that. And people are like, you're a water fire on the cusp. Hey, man, I was born December 11th. Whatever that means to you.
You're a water fire on the cusp.
That's what they be saying. I'm on a cusp moon fire sign. Hey, I don't know none of that. All I know is that I try to be funny and I help people. That's a true sign of a Sagittarius.
That is. I live for Sag. I'm a Sag moon, so I feel,
Also, we flirt a lot and we're non-committal.
Agreed. Okay. Now, what is the most unexpected thing on your talent rider? This is cool.
Is it? I feel like it's kind of childish.
I mean, Rice Krispie treats, there's nothing more sweet. Who doesn't like a Rice Krispie treat?
I'm a 46-year-old man. Should it not be Hennessy?
Oh my gosh, now Hennessy is a good one. But it's like, do you want to be drunk everywhere?
I drink, but not at shows and performances.
You know what I mean? Because then you can't focus. Now I'm all tumbling all over.
I mean, there's a lot of cats, they need that liquor to give a good form. But I don't really need nothing before a show. I'm just not. I've thought about, though, being like that Robin Hood dude.
Know what I mean?
Where there's certain comedians in their rider, they'll have something that they know they cannot travel with to the next city. And it remains a part of that club's green room until comedians break it. There's part of the reason that some comedy club green rooms have TVs or cable boxes is because some performer came along and said, I want that. I got to give a shout out to Jamie Foxx.
Shout out Jamie.
Jamie Foxx, when he was on that I Might Need Security tour, early aughts, it's 20 plus years ago, on his rider, this was like the beginning of flat screen TVs.
Wow.
And a PlayStation. And this is at my home club in Birmingham at the Stardome. And Keke, we wore that damn PlayStation out. That club with because Jamie Foxx somewhere on his rider at the time, I don't know if that's still in his rider now, but at that time.
A flat screen TV and a PlayStation is an insane thing on your rider.
But he sells out 9 shows at $60 a ticket. 60 at that time. You can't see Jamie for no 60.
Have you seen the rider that they had? It was going around online. Michael Jackson's rider.
Was it Kentucky Fried Chicken?
And then he wanted a Coca-Cola in a sparkling water can. It was like, what was that about? Why was it a science project?
Because I don't want nobody to know that I'm drinking a Coca-Cola. Now, I know some comedians who drink, but they get the drinks through their managers and their tour managers to make it look like they don't drink, and it'd be straight vodka in that Dasani bottle on that stage. I'm telling you, I'm more about travel amenities than actual at the venue. I don't need cloth. I don't need scented candle.
Now, wait, what do you mean travel amenities? Let's get into that real quick.
I need a nice hotel. I need a decent flight. I need a decent seat. I was if I'm crossing this country, lie flat would be nice.
But
it would be nice.
Talk about the lie flat, because my issue sometimes with why is all the planes from 1975 these days?
Some of them lie flats don't want to lie flat.
You just stiff up in there.
Some of them things.
Y'all got to update the planes, airlines.
Administration.
Anything after 1996, throw it out.
I was on a plane one time. They had a DVR player in there. DVDs. Yeah, so no, I like to travel. I'm all about how I travel and where I sleep. Once I'm at the venue, I came up doing stand-up. I slept in my car at truck stops. I slept at the bus station. I rode the Greyhound. So there's not a level of comfort that I need once I'm in the venue because I've been at the bottom with that.
And you started doing stand-up at what, 19?
Yeah, I was 19. I was at FAMU.
Oh my gosh, my sister graduated from FAMU.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did she get arrested too for scamming or just me?
Now, what was you doing scamming, Roy?
See, your sister did? She ain't no real rattler then. She ain't no real rattler.
When I tell you she loved FAMU, that's a dope school.
That school saved my life, man.
You're kidding me. What do you mean?
That school saved my life. I was running credit cards. I had a job in the post office, campus post office, a mail sorter.
Yeah.
So I'd take credit cards out the post office, take them to the store, buy clothes, sell them on campus for discount prices. I'm your man if you need Tommy Girl for cheap.
Come on, Tommy Girl.
Yeah, and then got caught and come on, federal agents. And so I got caught, and so I got suspended from school for a semester for that, and I ended up on probation, but at the time, there was a faction of people on the campus who were pushing for my expulsion.
Really?
And I understand that because crime is an issue and you don't want people I get it, but I'm thankful. So my mama FAMU, my daddy taught there. My daddy Morehouse, he connected with it. I'm black college through and through.
Oh my gosh.
And so the connects that they had and the people that they knew, I'm blessed because there were enough people at Florida A&M who saw me for what I could become instead of what I was. And so I got back in school. I started doing stand-up during the break. So I started doing comedy while I'm back in school. I get my degree in journalism, and that degree was the one thing that helped to protect me from having to check yes on the felon box when it came time to get job applications. I'm not saying I wasn't judged when it came time to try and get employment, but having that degree was a big deal. And also going back home to Birmingham and working at the radio station. I have to give a shout out to 95.7 Jams. I was still on probation when I started that job.
Wow, and I know a lot of people
So
that love listening to you growing up in Birmingham.
that show catapulted everything for me comedically. And so, I'll always say that, I am who I am because of my mama, Florida A&M University in the city of Birmingham.
Wow.
Like the people of Birmingham, they will hold you up, man.
But I love you owning that because I think there's something that we think about in our lives when it's like, I could have did this or I could have did that. But sometimes the thing that you so-called did wrong is what leads you to where you're meant to go.
I'm not
During that
here.
break, you try and stand up. That wouldn't have happened had you not done them
Well,
scams.
you know what it was? I thought I was going to, I had a court-appointed attorney. He goes, you going to prison.
Wow.
So get your life in order. You got 6 months till sentencing. Comedy was on the list.
Now, before then, when you say comedy's on this, before then, were you just funny at home? Did you really ever think about
I was
comedy?
funny around campus and stuff. Because college, especially when you go to school out of state, your whole personality resets.
Yeah.
Whatever you were in high school, you don't have to be that in college. You can be a thug, you can be a pretty boy, you can pledge a fraternity. A fraternity helps to transform you into something if you go Greek. So in high school, I was funny because I rode the bench playing baseball. I wasn't good at baseball, but we would just yell ignorant across the field at other teams, trying to break the umps, trying to break the parents, get them to laugh. So I had the itch for it, but I ain't had the courage. And sometimes it just takes going, you're about to have your life taken away from you. Wow. This time is finite. And that's when it hit. And I was like, oh, well, let me try comedy. I started doing comedy. God's will, I got probation instead of prison. And that's been that. And I'm sitting here with you 27, 28 years later. Like, that was what needed to happen to get me there. So when you've been at that bottom rung and comedy is this thing that fulfills you and makes you happy and it gets you, out of that depression, I'm just thankful to be here and be performing. I don't need nothing else. Just give me a Rice Krispie treat.
Speaking of these deep topics, depression, I feel like you use humor as a way to really get into those things. And I'm big on that, too, because I think comedy is the best medicine. So I want to talk about Lonely Flowers.
Oh.
You're special, man.
The Hulu joint.
Hulu joint came out January. What sparked that theme for you? What does Lonely Flowers mean to you?
Because we're all beautiful people, but we're all separated. You ever seen a flower by itself in a field or just growing out the sidewalk and you just feel like, I wish there were more flowers around it. We're more beautiful in a group. That's why you prefer a bouquet over a single rose sometimes. You know? And for me, I feel like COVID did a number on us as a people. And we all disjointed. We don't talk. We don't connect no more. And I just wanted to do a comedy special that really got to the meat of why that is. But then also look at myself and then think about the things that we do now to try and remain connected. And we try to judge people on that stuff. But deep down, it's just people. That's why I like, look, so I met somebody that's poly.
Okay, right? Polyamorous.
And also in the special, I talk about getting invited to a sex party.
And we got to talk about that. I've gotten invited to those too.
Now, let me just also say, this was a lower level sex party. It wasn't like the higher Illuminati. Like it wasn't. This was very D-list.
Oh my gosh!
Like sex party.
You have to tell me your sex party story. And
it was like I got invited to like the like Texas Roadhouse stable. You get invited to Nobu sex party, like upper level sex. I was, Outback Steakhouse.
I'm howling.
But it's like you try to judge that and go, oh, that's...
Yeah.
It's just folks looking for connection.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And that's why it's not a coincidence that type of lifestyle is more prevalent in the last 10 years, or people are more open about it, or people actually saying, hey, maybe I don't want to do fidelity. Yeah. Maybe I want to have a couple of people and juggle them, and hey, just so you know, I love you and I love you, and you're going to have your room and you're going to have your room, and we're going to meet in the living room. I couldn't do the sex party, though. I got invited by 2 porn stars I know.
Oh, my gosh. So how did the conversation go?
So I
love this stuff.
All right. So King Noir and Jet Set and Jasmine, really good friends, but I interviewed them back when I was on a Daily Show.
Okay.
About discrimination, race discrimination in the adult film industry. We had a very upright and good conversation.
It sounds like a very good,
it's workplace discrimination.
That's right.
It's a workplace the same as any other job. So let's talk about it. And we did. And then after that, they was like, would you like to come to a sex party? And I'm like, slow down. Let's go out to eat first. But no, they invited me to a situation that they do on a regular basis, you know, with a couple other consenting couples and all of that. And I think that's also part of the issue is that I'm single right now, and I feel like a sex party where it's like a bunch of, you kind of want to, you need a plus one.
Yeah.
In case whoever you get paired with.
You don't want.
You know how you be at church and they be like, turn to your neighbor, but you came to church alone.
And you're like,
reach out, hold your neighbor's hand. And you don't want to touch that person's hand.
Like scary movie too. Give me a strong hand.
So that was.
Yeah, that can be so bad because what if you don't think anybody is cute there?
It's too late. You there.
You're there.
You in a villa
out.
in Costa Rica, butt naked for 7 days.
Oh my gosh.
You locked in.
So I was invited to a sex party once. This is when I was like, I guess I was like 21. I was working on this TV show. And I get contacted, not by any of the actors on the show, by somebody else that I know that's an entertainer. They were like, hey girl.
So a black person already. No white person starts a sex party invite with, hey girl.
No. So they're like, hey girl, so I don't know if you've ever heard anything about this, but check this man out. Look at his net worth. You know, I heard about these parties. And, you know, you ain't got to do nothing. But when you go,
you do.
she said, you know, you can have a mask on. You know, they just want lingerie. But they willing to give whatever depending on what you're up to doing. And I'm like, there's no way this is real. But it was just so crazy because I didn't know at that age that was real. I thought my friend had to be pranking me. You know, I couldn't believe that was really a thing where people are doing it.
I've enjoyed not being famous enough to get invited to really weird stuff. Like, I like that basic cable fame that I have. You're a theatrical, you know, you're EGOT land fame. So, like,
my gosh, stop.
That's a whole nother level. Do you regret, here's a question, though. Do you regret not going? Do you ever wonder?
No.
Let me ask, okay, one more question.
Oh, I'm scared. Roy.
Just tell me, and granted, this was many moons ago, so I'm sure the rates have changed because of Trump tariffs. How much were they offering?
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Y'all, I have been scrolling through Airbnb looking at the most gorgeous Victorian mansions in the Catskills. And let me tell you, your girl is ready for a fall moment. I'm talking spiral staircases, tower rooms with panoramic forest views, the whole vibe. Like, imagine me and my friends making apple cider in a vintage kitchen, telling stories by the fireplace and watching those fall leaves change from a wraparound porch. Woo! And the best part? I always look for the guest favorite badge, which means it's one of the most loved homes on Airbnb. Because listen, when I travel with my friends, we need more than just a basic room. We need space to really sink into the experience, to make memories. And trust me, hotels just don't give you that this place has a story feeling. Whether you're dreaming of a cozy cabin in the woods, a desert hideaway like my favorite spot in Joshua Tree, or yes, maybe even a slightly spooky mansion for fall, Airbnb has exactly what you're looking for. This message is brought to you by Apple Pay. Horror movie marathons are an art form, and as a certified scary movie enthusiast, preparation is everything. Between streaming subscriptions, snacks, and ambient lighting, there's a lot that goes into creating the perfect spooky viewing experience. Thankfully, Apple Pay makes the prep as seamless as possible. Setting the mood starts with ordering a few essentials online. When I see that Apple Pay button at checkout, I know I'm in for a smooth, secure transaction. A couple of candles, some string lights, and a cozy throw blanket, because being scared should be at least comfortable, right? Everything arrives at my door, and I never had to type in a single card number. With Face ID, shopping on your iPhone with Apple Pay is designed to be secure, so I can focus on my horror movie aesthetic instead of worrying about payment security or unauthorized purchases. But let's talk about the real star of any movie marathon. The snacks. I start by ordering my favorite movie munchies through delivery apps. Whether it's a classic microwave popcorn or my go-to candy, it's all ordered with just a double click and a glance at my iPhone using Apple Pay. And here's a little bonus. I'm still earning my usual credit and debit card rewards on every purchase. It's like getting a little treat for treating myself. When I notice I'm missing some crucial movie night necessities, I make a quick run to the store. That contactless symbol at checkout is like a beacon of convenience. Just a quick tap of my iPhone or Apple Watch, and I'm heading home with my treasure trove of treats, still racking up those sweet, sweet credit card points. Apple Pay is faster and easier than using physical cards or cash, so I'm back to my marathon in no time. The beauty of Apple Pay is that it works seamlessly, whether I'm ordering through apps, shopping online, or running to the store for last-minute provisions. Plus, Apple Pay doesn't keep transaction information that can be tied back to me, so my scary movie habits stay private. Sometimes mid-marathon, someone needs a snack refill or wants to order delivery. No need to pause the scary parts. Apple Pay works just as well at 2 a.m. as it does at 2 p.m. It's accepted at millions of places worldwide. So no matter what the horror movie marathon demands, I am ready. Creating the perfect spooky movie night shouldn't be scary. With Apple Pay, the only screaming happening is at the movie, not at the checkout process. It's like having a personal payment assistant that works across my Apple devices. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with some classic horror films and a mountain of snacks. Say goodbye to payment hassles and hello to seamless transactions. Pay the Apple way and make your next movie marathon as smooth as it is scary. Terms apply. She said the base level was like $100,000.
Just to show up in lingerie.
Just to show up in lingerie.
And a mask.
And a mask.
So live OnlyFans.
She actually said... And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, there's no way this is a thing. But, I mean, so much has been revealed lately.
Yeah, I mean, the way women be online, just straight asking dudes for months. Somebody paying.
I mean, what do you think about the date? Because you say you're single. How do you feel with dating now? Because I do know a couple of girls that's only going on a date for the dinner. They literally just want the meal.
I've been pimped for a meal once or twice. I'm sure every dude has, but it didn't it didn't make me mad.
Right.
But
I mean,
then
you
I'm
still had
also at a
fun.
level of income where I can afford to, all right, you got me. Next time, Chili's. She got me with that damn sugar fish sushi. You got me this time. But I don't.
Everything does feel very transactional, even friendships.
I think the most difficult thing, especially at 46, is that there is just a certain level of prerequisites as a man that you have to already clear before a woman will even activate the nerve endings that will allow her to connect romantically with you. So it's very much, in my case, it's what do you do? Not necessarily what you make. You can kind of figure out what I make if you know what I do. You can do the math on a ticket at a comedy club. Son, and then relationship with son's mother. That's always one that's a very important.
That seems really
with
normal.
Black women. Yeah,
that's a normal expectation.
Well, but it's not something that, I mean, and I've been single like 3 years or so, and that wasn't something normally at first, but I guess now I'm starting to meet women that are more tired.
Yeah, I will say, even for myself, when I was in my early 20s, it was very like, okay, whatever goes. Now I'm like, so what exactly is your next 10-year plan?
Yeah.
It gets serious because we go back to what we were talking about at the top, where time is valuable. Who I'm spending it with, why am I spending it with you,
The other issue, though, is that whether I like it or not, to a degree, I also have to consider how you integrate into my son's orbit. If we're talking on some long-term whatever, sooner or later I have to consider, is this a motherly... Could you be with me at a parent-teacher conference?
Right.
Like, just on some character types, like, who are you? Like, I'm not saying that it's your job to be my son's mama, but if you're going to be in the orbit and be in the space, I ain't saying check his homework, but this needs to be a positive interaction. And that's something I didn't get growing up. And so figuring out, like, one of the hardest things was when my son was born, and I started back looking at how to show him love.
Yeah.
And me and your mama, we live together and we're going to raise you in the house and it's love. Okay, Well, what does that look like? Because you didn't necessarily have that at your house. I mean, my parents were married, but my pops had another family across town. He spent a lot of
Really?
time
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the ninth of 11 kids. I'm my mother's only, but I'm the ninth of 11 kids. So it's a little pops dancing around
Sure.
type situation. A very respected man professionally,
I know
but
he
on the
accomplished
family
so
side,
much.
wasn't regular.
Yeah.
So when it came time to sit and reflect on, well, damn, what does love look like as a man and being an example of love so my son can just watch how I interact with his mom? Well, who can I emulate? And the best example was my father and the other woman. So you have to not only accept that the house that your parents built for you wasn't enough for your pops,
Ugh.
but also, damn, he really loved that woman. He really loved, because you start going back through the things that you saw, and I can compare my father's actions with that woman versus with my mother. And what I saw over here looked more like love. So now, in order to show him love, the sample isn't my mom.
Man, that's deep.
But do you want to raise the boy right or not? So you have to respect the data, even if it's coming from an unlikely source. So, you know, the one thing I'm very fortunate
Wow,
about.
man.
I'm very fortunate. It's two people I'm very thankful for on just the love side of the game. It's T-Pain and
T-Pain.
Queen of Comedy, Adele Givens.
Shout out to you.
And so those two people have had what I view as extremely stable marriages through the craziness of entertainment, and then allowed me in their home in some capacity or another for a million other reasons. But I just got to kick back and just watch how T-Pain and his wife and their dynamic, and watch Adele and her husband's dynamic, and how Tony would tend to her and make sure that she had what she needed. And then there were times it would flip. Tony had a surgery one time. Adele canceled 5-6 months of work to be in the hospital with that man. But then you also can only do that if your money's right.
Yeah.
And if you're taking care of your money. And so I learned that you start realizing the whole point of all of this and these lights and these mics and all of this is so you can have quiet moments with somebody that truly appreciates you. And so that should always remain a need for you, beyond a script deal or my agent got me an audition. So
I couldn't agree with you more, and I actually think that that's the real desire of that is somehow conflated with needing outside validation. People think in order to find their way to this deep connection, they got to have the right car, the right money, the right look, the right vibe, the right career before they can be deserving of love. And then it kind of ends up all getting jumbled up and messed up.
yeah.
You know, that's the weird thing about it, because I think we all really do want love, but what we think is going to get us there is sometimes the furthest thing from it.
The problem also is that we get so damaged along the way that we start putting our needs before the needs of the relationship. And so it becomes me first, me first, me first. And the other party never gets a need met, or you don't care to meet the need. And that creates an inequity. And then that's emotionally corrosive. And then sooner or later,
There's nothing there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably, in terms of having a child, and if you're talking dating, that's probably the most difficult thing to kind of reconcile, because it's really low key. Dating is the one thing you can't control. I can control stand-up comedy.
Yes.
If I sit alone long enough, I can come up with 60 minutes of stuff to say on a stage. If it gets funny enough, Hulu or somebody else will give me money to say it on TV. Wash, rinse, repeat.
But dude, I've struggled with this, especially just, you know, again, you're as an entertainer, I'm an entertainer, been doing it since I was a kid. This concept of like having things figured out, because with your career, you can make it work. I can figure out how to do this.
Hire someone.
You know what I mean? But when it comes to love, relationships, knowing what it means to exist with another person in their humanness, that's really hard.
Yeah, which is why if you find someone that you vibe with, then, and y'all on the same wavelength and into the same things, you got to go on that ride. Like, low key, I kind of should put King Noir and Jet Set and Jasmine in that same bucket. Like, all right, y'all do adult films, but that's what y'all both into.
That y'all
and
love
y'all
it with
grow.
each other. Yeah.
So that's a very hard thing. And I know I've run into some old vets from the acting side and the comedy side who, they've had a couple of divorces under their belt now.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now they the one that's going to trick off $100,000 for you to wear the mask and walk around naked. And they cool with it. And for them, that is enough of a need. And so what happens is that when you get older, you start a la carting connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Partners, like romantic. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you and me have sex. You and me go out and cook and talk about stuff. And you and me, we go to Dubai.
That's so crazy.
And we get really weird in Dubai.
No,
Like,
for real though.
And I know I don't want that.
I know. I know. But it's hard to figure out where it's like, or being alone. Also, I'm sure is a thing too. I don't know if Henry ever says, "Hey, Dad, are you going to get married again?" or what that looks like when you see your kids wanting to see you with someone or wanting to know what that looks like for you, or if telling them that sometimes happiness is solo.
Yeah.
Think about that a lot with my son.
Yeah, I think but I also owe it to him to find happiness for myself. And so don't lose yourself in the happiness and fulfilling the happiness of your child. Because what'll happen, at least what I think, I kind of slid down for a second, is that if I'm not happy, I'm incapable of being all things that he needs or filling him up. So my happiness is just as important as my son's, as far as I'm concerned. So the things that make me whole, the things that give me feeling, the things that give me life, I have to prioritize those in a way. And I don't mean skip visitation for a week or don't hey, don't bring him over this week. I'm making myself happy. Like, I ain't gonna do
Worried
that.
about me.
But in the moments and the times that I have to choose that. And that means saying no to certain that you no longer have time for. Because I might just want to play my PlayStation tonight.
Okay, with the flat screen. Thanks,
Yeah.
Jamie. Wait, I want to talk about your book, The Man of Many Fathers. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And you talk a little. I know we spoke a second about Roy Wood Sr., your father, but he's a very, very accomplished journalist and broadcaster. I mean, covering the uprising of civil rights and Jim Crow. But it's interesting.
South Africa, Rhodesia, like Rwanda, like you name what black folks was getting shot at or beat on.
Okay.
Pops was there reporting on it.
Doing the good work.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because you speak in the book about how you don't really recall many intimate moments with him at home or personal connection in that kind of way.
No. Because the book, like the basic gist of the book, so my dad died when I was 16.
Yep.
So I didn't get all the game I needed to get as a man from him. So the book is a collection of lessons that I learned from other men throughout my life. And so I was like, kind of like the whole T-Pain thing. I learned some, like, you learn stuff from other men along the way when we talk about manhood. But the idea of how do you define manhood for yourself when your number one instructor wasn't always present? My Yoda wasn't always there.
That's right.
To teach me the Jedi tricks. So, for me, it was about looking back at that time in my life and just being thankful for the moments I did have with him. But, something that I learned later on, and I got to give a shout out to Finding Your Roots for this, because there's a lot of black men, especially black fathers, I believe, that have a seething rage against their father or one of their parents. Like, the moment you have a child, you immediately audit how your parents raised you. And because you're thinking about everything you're going to do for your kid. And then as you go through your child's life and you have all of these first moments with them and you start reflecting on what was it like when I had oh damn, we never threw the ball. What was it like with oh damn, he never showed up to the school function. What was it like when, oh damn, he wasn't there to learn how to see me learn how to swim. Well, wait a minute. Where was you?
Literally.
That's the train of thought in the delivery room. I'm holding the newborn and I got a newborn kid and I'm sitting there mad at my daddy who been dead 20 years, ain't been studying him. Like, love, but you know what I mean?
I love studying them.
But I'm from Alabama.
Yeah, I ain't been studying
I ain't been studying you. And now this idea of, damn, man, that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
That wasn't enough. Okay, well then I need to make sure that I do enough with him. So I'm gonna tell my son I love him. I'm gonna give him physical touch. We ain't gonna just dap up. Sometimes we gonna hug. And when you don't like it, I'ma still hug you.
Mm-hmm.
So those moments, I hope later on have meaning. Parenting sucks, man, because you don't know whether or not you did it good till like year 25.
And by the way, you always did it bad, I feel as if. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, like, your kid is going to tell you what you could have did better.
Yeah.
You know, it just is, I guess it's a part of the script. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, I expect for my son, Leotis, to one day be like, Mom, yeah, this was good. But, you know, I always wanted blah, 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 blah. And I got to receive that.
Part of my fear. And so the book is framed as a letter to my son because I lost my father early. So, you know, I don't know when I'm going to go. You know, so when I did Finding Your Roots, I found out that my father, and I didn't know any of this because I didn't really meet or interact with anyone on my dad's side. I have a couple half siblings I'm tight work with, but in terms of getting the griot and talking to the old grandmama in the kitchen, didn't meet none of them.
Wow.
On my dad's side, never met none of them. Man. So I don't know the family history. I go on Finding Your Roots. They find out that my father lost his dad when he was 4, and through census data, found that there was no other male head of household present in his life. Then on top of that, my pops had a real bad accident when he was 16. He had to walk with a limp the rest of his life. He was hit by a car. Hit by a car, chasing behind a girl who had just broken up with him. She broke up with him. So you chasing behind this girl and get hit by a car, who you gonna blame? You ain't gonna blame the car, you're gonna blame women. So I'm betting that contributed to 9th out of 11 kids. I'm betting not having that father figure and having to be hardened on your own. You probably never even knew how to show emotion because ain't no telling what you received at your house. And I'm betting 50, your mama, who was dead before I was born, my grandma on his side, I'm betting my pop's mama was just grinding and working, trying to survive.
Absolutely.
My mama stayed in night school, grad school, law school, master's degree, doctorates to make herself better for me.
That's right.
So I don't know. And doing that show, it gave me space to give him a little bit of grace.
Compassion and grace, it sounds like. And I think that's also one of the greatest things that we can teach our children. I remember when I had a big blowout with my parents where I didn't want the whoopings and I hated how y'all did that and you did blah, blah, blah. And my dad's like, you right. I could have did a lot better. But now you're an adult. So what are you going to do with that? Now that you know the truth, now that you know I messed up, I wasn't the perfect father. I didn't do everything right. I was trying my best, but I fell short. What are you going to do with that? Because learning how to forgive your parents for the things they didn't understand, for the things that they, like you said, they had no way of knowing if they were giving it their best shot, is, I feel like, such a big part of us being able to move forward.
To understand that as a parent, you're not going to be perfect. I remember, so my parents were separated till the 3rd grade. During that time, before my parents got back together, we lived in Memphis, and Pops would drive up to Memphis from Birmingham once a month to come see me or whatever, and he'd bring me a truck or something, some truck stop toy or whatever. He would sleep most of the weekend because he was tired, because he was working his ass off. And then he would get in the car and drive back to Birmingham. And I wonder sometimes if his truck stop toy is no different than the videos I send my son. Because I'm not there. And so this fear of, is this effort or is it replication? Now the difference is that the joint custody of it all, and I'm blessed to have a great co-parenting partner. So that dynamic is different from my son's life to to how I came up. But I wonder about that. Are you ever concerned that your life is Googleable for your child when they are of that age to try to my fear is that my son is going to try to figure out who I am through bits and pieces of media. And by the way, if you're watching The Son in the future, hello.
Hi, Leotis.
Yeah, like I'm not going to get to give you the context of the thing and here's why I was gone. You're just gonna go, you were gone.
Yeah.
And then you was gone, and that's what you was doing. Man, you missed my thing. Because I know I'm gonna miss stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the food is out there. I'm not.
Yeah.
I
do sometimes wonder about how my son will be ingesting what the world thinks of me. Even when we're out and people want to take pictures with me and stuff, if I'm with him, I really try not to do it because I don't want that to be such a thing in his mind of who I am perceived as, right?
Yeah.
I know I can't control it, but I want to try to make sure that he knows me. Because I remember when my little brother and sister, when they started to realize I was famous. And it was a little bit heartbreaking, but they were kids, but I could see the shift of them seeing what that meant.
Oh, you're like, you're the special one.
Yeah, what this means to my friends, and they want to come over. And if I drop your name real quick, sometimes people act a little different with me. And I remember feeling that and knowing what that was like. And so I really want to protect my son from that as long as I can so he can really feel a sense of normalcy and really knowing who his mom is. Not in the gags, but who I really am before he gets involved with the performance of what I am.
Yeah, work for that because my son, when we're out in New York, it depends because when it was Daily Show, it was much more love when I was out. CNN breeds a different type of hate.
Yeah.
And there's people that rock with the show and whatever, but if it's the wrong week and I've told the wrong, have I got news for you?
Have I got news for you? Yeah.
If we've done a hard Trump joke that week or one of my co-hosts, Michael Ian Black or Amber, like when Amber Ruffin got caught up in the White House Correspondents' Dinner drama.
She's really funny.
Stood 10 toes and said, I'm not doing both sides. This is horrible. I'm going to tell Trump jokes. Fire me if you got, oh, damn, you fired me. Okay, cool. If I'm out in the streets that week, it may not be all love.
Yeah.
And if I'm with my son, I'm very, very hyper conscious about people who recognize me, but they don't like me.
Yeah.
And it's not that, how black people give you the, you ain't all that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, who cares? I ain't studying you.
That's fine. I ain't studying you. Versus.
Yeah.
They just follow you, walking. I'm just in a Panera, and it's just a white dude in the corner. We got to go.
That's
We're not having
tough,
Panera.
Man.
We're not having Panera. Block is hot.
Block is hot.
That's what I say to him. I say, man, this block hot. We gotta go to another spot.
Wow.
And so keeping him safe in that regard is very difficult. But yeah, I just hope that I've done enough to where he has one-on-one data of who I am and not stuck like me pulling up 8 tracks and reel-to-reels of my father's interviews from the 1970s and digitizing them to figure out pieces of who he was because I never got to that part of him in adulthood.
Yeah. Well, I think you're doing a really good job already. I mean, the book is incredible, man.
I appreciate you.
And the conversations are important to be had.
Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
The new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus is transforming my fitness game. And when I tell you I'm obsessed, I mean I'm writing love letters obsessed. As a busy mom who's usually choosing between a workout or a nap, and spoiler alert, the nap usually wins, I need equipment that works overtime like it's trying to make partner at a law firm. Enter Peloton IQ. Basically, your personal fitness bestie built right into the machine. It tracks progress, counts reps, and corrects your form in real time. It's giving supportive friend who won't let you post unflattering angles on Instagram energy. And I live for it. This swivel screen situation, pure genius. 1 minute I'm running like I'm being chased by my deadlines. The next I've spun that screen around for a strength session or Pilates flow. My living room is serving boutique fitness studio realness without the judgmental looks from the one instructor. You know the one instructor. The personalization is next level too. Peloton IQ creates your personal workout roadmap with weekly recommendations, while our incredible instructor lineup means there's always someone to match whatever energy you're bringing that day. Together, they keep you moving toward your next breakthrough, whether that's crushing your first 5K or finally mastering those perfect planks. It's like having a fitness matchmaker who actually understands the assignment. Let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com. Time to level up your fitness journey from trying my best to looking like that. I do want to talk about what you're saying with, I got news for you. But then also, I realized you worked on the Stephen Colbert show for a while.
Yeah. I did Colbert 4 or 5 times while I was at Daily Show. And then Colbert. Here's the little known fact about the Daily Show. Everybody talks about Saturday Night Live and how all the alum and they all talk and interact with each other. Daily Show the same way. It's just that the Daily Show is a small private school that ain't got the big classes. Like SNL is like 20 people every year. Daily Show, it's a host, 5, 6 correspondents at a time. But when I first got the job, Sam B gave me game. John Oliver, I don't even know how he got my email. Wow. He gave me game. Colbert gave me game. Jason Jones. Like, there was so many people, Wyatt Cenac. Jessica Williams. We need a separate episode for me to talk about just how much she helped me in that job, including showing me the instincts of when it was time to leave. I think that all of those people were so important. I hate what's happened to Colbert, and I hate what CBS and Paramount have done to him to cancel him.
Yeah.
Because he had a difference of opinion.
And so that's why, I think that's the big discussion, right? Like, is it because of the difference of opinion that we think? Are we really moving in that direction where we've seen it some with comedy, but even just comedy and news and just information? Is that really what it is? Or is it, hey, we've had our time and the ratings were low and, that's just what happens?
I think we'll know based on what they replace Colbert with. Because there's cheaper ways to still give an opinion. But the fact that you didn't give Colbert any opportunity, you know how it go. The show costs too much, you cut costs.
Yeah.
And then you cancel because it's still too expensive. You don't just cut the show off at the knees off the top. So we already know that was political and that's influenced by the merger or whatever. But if these corporations are serious about lending a voice to people to speak truth to power.
Yeah.
We'll see what you replace it with.
I think that's a really good way to think about it. It's like, what would take that space and what are the conversations that you're going to be leading now?
Here's an interesting thing, though. I think that because Donald Trump and this administration have decided to lean on the media, they're leaning on ABC, they're leaning on CBS, sued CBS. Trump recently canceled an interview with NBC News at the time that we're recording this. So, you're going to silence the media and beat them down into not criticizing you. And I would argue this started not with Colbert, but it started with Amber Ruffin. Because basically, through the grapevine, you tell the White House press corps, if y'all had that girl at that thing and she telling jokes about me, y'all ain't going to be allowed in the White House no more to do your job. And I'm going to make you choose.
Did you see the thing with Charlemagne?
Yeah. When at Charlemagne. You know what would be hilarious, though? Is if he started calling himself Donald the God. To get at Charlemagne. I would laugh. Oh, I would laugh. I love that Charlemagne came back, called him Donkey of the Day. He's been doing good work on Daily Show. He laid out the Trump dementia symptoms. I just
that's an opinion and perspective. I think that, that's everybody's supposed to be able to have one, right? That's the whole
concept. You
concept.
can mute the media, but you're going to force the voices that were in the media online to where you cannot police it and to where those voices are stronger and bolder. Don Lemon got knocked out of CNN for not being centrist enough. And then the boy went and got his own YouTube channel and getting millions every week. More numbers, higher numbers than what he was doing in the time slot that you took him from on CNN. So did you really silence anybody, or did you just reposition them into a place where their voice...
For ownership.
And their voice is louder and has more reach? Oh, we think Stephen Colbert just going to look, well, y'all cancel me. All right, bye-bye. Thank you for the career, Hollywood. Or you think Colbert going to figure out a way to turn the camera on and still go punch in?
Woo!
You done created a monster. And you created a monster in Colbert's show and smack in the heat of midterm elections.
I can't wait to see how this all is going to turn out because things are changing. The way that the information is getting through and the way that people are able to use their voice, I mean, it's definitely been democratized through social media. And, you know, we've seen that. I've seen it for myself as a traditional entertainer. And like you said, people like Don. So it's very
He made it worse. Just like when you break up with somebody and then you cuss them out, then they come back and key your car. And you be like, well, I was not expecting that.
But I mean, doing what you do you think
I'm
that
sharing
there is...
too much.
No, you're not. Do you think that there is a fine line between how you spread news, stay unbiased, and still criticize political figures or public figures?
The issue with bias is that is in the opinion of the receiver. You can say I'm left-leaning, and other people can say I'm centrist. Some people say I'm super left, super liberal. I did the correspondence dinner. My first joke was to Joe Biden's face about him forgetting where he put documents. That's the first joke. Before I said good evening to the audience, I punched the president in the face. So am I? You know, I don't.
Yeah.
It's just you're on the channel, therefore no. So I think it is a comedian's job to tell the joke and talk about the world as they see it.
And I wonder where we got so like, you know, everything is so at odds. There's no middle ground. There's no, I kind of understand that, I don't understand that. Or I do understand this. You know, everything is so...
nuance is gone.
Nuance is gone.
But that's gone for everything.
It means you agree with everything.
You know where it started? With them stupid-ass Mount Rushmore arguments on Twitter. The people go, what's your Mount Rushmore French fries? What's your Mount Rushmore black R&B? Like, and you act like it can either be... It's the classic, I like pancakes. And then somebody goes, so that means you hate waffles.
That's it.
I can't remember who put that
on. That's what's going on.
And so that's at a small level, and then that's at a larger political level. But I'm thankful that comedians don't change. And I think... There has to be a space for all of these comedians to have these opinions, including the ones that I don't necessarily agree with the premise on.
Yeah.
You got to allow right-wing comedy in that mix, too. So I think that as a comedian, your job is to tell jokes about the world the way you see it. And if people don't like it, cool. And the next week they may... Like, when Jon Stewart came back to Daily Show, his first episode, he called Joe Biden old. And everybody was like, how dare you? How could you, John? You have betrayed the Democrat. And now here we are a year later, and now everybody going, y'all knew he was old, and you made him run, and that's why we lost. So was Jon Stewart right? What if Jon Stewart was just dancing for the popular and just doing whatever will get him a nice pat on the head and get him a nice comment and a couple of Instagram double taps?
It's so true.
You can't live for that. Not as a performer, not as a host, not as a comedian.
Not as a public figure that's using your platform to say something that you believe in. Something. Love Brooklyn. I want to talk about that. Your rom-com. It premiered at Sundance.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
So,
give me a little rundown. You got Andre Holland, Nicole Bahari, who I love, DeWanda Wise, and obviously Roy Wood Jr.
And so beautiful black woman director, Rachel Abigail Holder, Steven Soderbergh's our EP.
Oh, wow.
And so I worked with Soderbergh a couple of years earlier on a project, and him and Andre Holland know each other from the Nick. And they were talking about the script, and Andre comes to me and he goes, hey, I'm doing a film about a man who is trying to figure out which woman he wants to date while his life and career is changing, while the neighborhood of Brooklyn
is changing.
So it's a triple layered story about evolution. And of course, I played a married friend who gives him terrible advice. That's my job. But, you know, I think it's a beautiful love story that goes back to that old school Love Jones, Brown Sugar.
Well, when you said what you were saying about the evolution and about Brooklyn, it made me think about Brown Sugar with the evolution of hip hop and the evolution of their relationship.
And how the neighborhood played a character that influenced the decisions the characters made.
Yeah, I love that,
so
man. Yeah.
You have Nicole Bahari, who is running a wonderful art museum and an art gallery, And then you have DeWanda, who is, you know, she's a woman who has a child. She needs stability. You just can't be fleeting in and out of it. This is a girl. She gonna see you and remember you. So how are you going to choose? And what I thought made Love Brooklyn so interesting is that this isn't like a traditional romance where the dude is just bouncing between the two. The two women know about each other.
Ooh!
So a little more spice. They are aware of each other's presence.
Now that's T-Boo.
Yeah, and so that part, and it don't get poly, it don't get weird. I ain't gonna spoil it, but I can tell you right now, you don't choose both. not between the Colbert and the Wonder White. You got to choose. But yeah, it's a beautiful film, and I think a story of not only about Black love, but the complexities of just how important it is to choose the right partner for where you're headed. Not necessarily about choosing what's right for your heart. And so I think it's I just think a lot of folks gonna like Nicole Bahari gonna give y'all memes for days too. That
Oh
woman,
my gosh, I love her so much. All right.
Yeah.
Well, before I let you go, man, I want to play a game with you. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Obviously, because you wrote The Man of Many Fathers, I figured
All right,
we
I'm
could
ready.
do a play on that called Who's Your Daddy Now? Now, a lot of us was raised by, TV dads, rapping dads, pastors, barbers, OGs, So I'm going to throw out some life scenarios, and you tell me which father figure that you turn to for advice. Okay, I'm going to give you a situation. Let me get one.
These gotta be real people or fictional people, because I was raised on, Fresh Prince, Uncle Phil, Bill Cosby, Al Bundy, who were two
Oh my gosh,
diametric.
Al Bundy!
Yeah, totally different type of father, but still I get it now.
Yes.
I just want to take a in a bathroom no one else is using, and I want to put my hand in my drawers and watch TV. No,
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't want to have sex tonight.
Dads are so gross. Okay, you just got ghosted, but you trying not to spiral. Who's your daddy now? A, Uncle Phil. B, Morgan Freeman. C, George Jefferson. Or D, Al Bundy.
It ain't Morgan Freeman because he talked too slow. Respect to the Clarksdale OG, but I'm spiraling right now. I need advice fast, so it can't be Morgan Freeman. I feel like Uncle Phil would give me the most level-headed advice, but I feel like Al Bundy would be one of them dudes that would just be like, hey man, just come be miserable with me. And I think that's probably what I would choose. I would just drink a beer and watch football with Al and the boys in the garage. Because Uncle Phil gonna be all on that, you're a good man and you know your worth. And a woman out there is gonna see that. She didn't see it today. I don't wanna hear that, man. I'm sad, man.
Sometimes all you
sad.
do need is just to drink and just to be kicking it with your folks.
Yeah, I think misery, going through that is okay to allow yourself that.
I agree. Your kid asks if Santa is real, and you don't want to lie, but you don't want to kill the magic. Who you calling? Carl Winslow, A. B. Bernie Mac. C. Andre Johnson. D. Roy Wood Jr. As yourself.
Ooh, my son got a hunch Santa ain't real. It ain't confirmed yet, but he's 9. He ain't done. We just watched Interstellar.
I know the edge that he's on.
We just learned that time is the 4th dimension and love is the 5th dimension, and that time is a relative flat circle. I can't lie to him about Santa. I'm going Bernie Mac.
Okay.
Because I feel like Bernie Mac can tell you the truth. Ain't no goddamn Santa. That's my Bernie Mac.
I love Bernie. Oh,
Ain't
America.
no Santa. It's me. It's me. It's my black ass. Put the gifts under the tree.
I be missing Bernie so much. I literally go through this thing where I watch shows, marathons, and I was watching the Bernie Mac show not too long ago. It really just brings you back to it,
He's missed. He missed that. That's a biopic that's long overdue.
Oh my gosh!
In my
Because we don't
opinion.
know who gonna play Bernie. That's scary, man. Don't nobody want to do that. They know they ain't gonna be Bernie.
I like the Supreme Dreams kid. Mark, I can't think of his last name. I apologize, brother, but you're very talented.
Wow, I'm about to check this smooth dude out.
He's a sketch brother. He does a lot of funny stuff online. I think he could do it. I think there's also Cinqua Walls.
Oh,
I think he could do it. I think he could do it. That's tough.
It is.
Because Bernie was so tall. I know Lil Rel does a mean Bernie Mac and not impersonation performatively, conversationally.
Yes. I do love Rel. Rel also is from Chicago.
That's the other thing.
You need that Chicago.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not here to get all Black America versus Africans versus British Nigerian. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have to cast a Black American for Bernie Mac or it's going to be a riot.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm not here to start no mess. I'm not here to start a diaspora war in the comments about British actors can't take the blame. I'm just talking specifically Bernie Mac. Gotta be.
Okay.
Gotta be. Just give it to Dion Cole.
Oh my gosh, Dion, I love
He's from
too.
Chicago. He'll figure it out.
Okay. You're ready to tell someone you love them first, but you're scared. Who's walking you through it? Barack Obama? Flex Washington? Pops? Or Cliff?
I'm gonna go Pops from Wayans Brothers and
yep.
Friday. Yeah.
John Witherspoon.
Yeah. See,
That's what you gotta do.
see, this is what you need to understand.
Why
baby
was he
girl. The way you
always
make me
eating
feel.
something?
He wasn't even eating. He was just smacking.
Boy, that's what you need. Come on. Why was it always that?
I love you. Damn, I said it. I feel like he'll just sneaking in fast. He's not going to make a big performance. Because I feel like Flex, and I got love for Flex.
I love Flex.
But Flex is baby. Because, he had to, Shanice. He know love and R&B and all that. So he's going to be all romantic and wordy. But if you're doing something, like when you take, that's a huge risk.
It is.
When you tell somebody you love them.
First.
Yeah. You just got to say it real fast and then act like you ain't say it if they tripping on it.
Okay.
These are good. Give me one more.
Okay, this last one. You're tired of adulting and want to tap out for the day. Who's enabling your inner child? Homer Simpson? Philip Banks? The new version? Robert Freeman? The Boondocks?
Okay.
Or the daddy on Sanford and Son?
Oh, you got to go daddy on Sanford and Son.
What's that man named Red Fox?
You got to go to Red Fox all day. Red Fox was always about the ladies. It's always about.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Red Fox. You know what I give Fred Sanford credit for? He never had money to take Donna out. But he'd put them candles on and pour up that ripple in the living room and just pray Lamont don't walk in or pray Grady don't wake in. Like, however many episodes there were of Sanford and Son, I think he took Donna out twice, maybe. It wasn't no $200 date either. Like, they was eating at Chateau Broke.
Oh, my gosh.
But Fred Sanford knew how to make the space romantic, the intention of it. He put the good blanket on the couch so you don't have to sit in that rip. You know them old black couches, they bite your ass.
I feel like that vibe is so not thought of more. Because people just do, well, if I do this and I do that, then it has the same meaning. But even if you do less and put more meaning, it's more worth it. You know what I mean? Than the big old extravagant. Just somebody knowing you were thoughtful enough to get the details right.
Yeah, but don't do that first date, fellas. Because they'll talk about you on Twitter.
Can you believe what he did?
You setting them boys up. Y'all, why I'm at this Negro house right now. And y'all be on dates now, but well, not you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, black women, y'all embarrassed to do mid-date. It used to be you have the date, then you go home and y'all be like, look at him right now.
Well, you got to text.
Look at his ass right now.
You got to text and let her know because she's worried about you. She's like, my niece, how's the date going?
Y'all are brutal. Y'all will live stream a bad date on Twitch now.
Oh, my gosh. But we had to get the viewers up.
Yeah, that's why. We
need them to buy them emotes.
But see, that's what the men get. That's what y'all get. Dating them, you in your 40s, dating somebody in their 20s, and they go live on your ass.
Oh, my God.
Better get somebody your age. She ain't going to tell nobody but a Facebook group. That ain't going to damage your reputation. Now you all over the internet.
Oh, my gosh. Roy, you are amazing. Just as good as I remember when we were on Password.
Thank you sincerely for inviting me. Thank you for the invitation.
I can't wait till we get together again.
I appreciate this. Love Brooklyn.
Love Brooklyn.
Want everybody to support Love Brooklyn. Black woman director, all black cast. It's a dope film. Man of Many Fathers.
Yep.
It is October 28th. You can pre-order it now. And I'm doing the audiobook. We need to talk off air about the audiobook process.
The audiobook is needed. People got to hear you take them to the journey.
Yeah.
They got to. It makes it so much more special in my opinion.
Yeah. I have questions for you about just vocal health. I've been fraying a little bit, so I'm dreading that.
I know what's gonna have to happen.
Okay,
bye, y'all. We gone. We talking real life.
You found that at the sex party, didn't you?
Roy, Roy, thank you for keeping it real, for making us laugh, and for opening up about the tough stuff, too. The Man of Many Fathers and Lonely Flowers both show how powerful your voice is on stage, on the page, and as a dad. Your comedy doesn't just entertain, it challenges, connects, and shifts culture. This conversation was honest, funny, and full of heart. Baby, this is Keke Palmer.
Baby, this is Keke.